Hey, what's going on, guys? Ron from High Ground Gaming. How's everybody doing? Today we're going to be doing another High Ground deck tech on a deck, as you can see, that I've been working on for a bit, and I feel this is the best possible build we can have for the deck. So we have the new General Grievous, the Fearsome Cyborg with a Royal Guard, so it's red-blue pairing. I've tried different pairings with this General Grievous, because when he was first revealed, I thought he was very good. He's honestly one of the better characters I've seen come out for the game. And out of all different pairings, I felt the Royal Guard was the best. So we're going to get into the deck, and we're going to talk about the different choices I've made for the deck, the battlefield and whatnot. So first, the General Grievous himself has 3 damage sides, a 1, 2, and 3 melee, with 2 disrupt, resource, and of course the blank. 15-20 character cost for 13 health. It's good. A lot of people say that these big characters can't be viable, but I beg to differ. Ignore all play restrictions on weapons you play on him, and you can have 1 more upgrade. And his power action, if you have 4 weapon die on the pool, you do 4 damage to a character. This is very good because it allows you to play those blue character only, or play only if whatever weapons, like the ones I have in the deck. Because other builds, if you have, a different red character here, in like a Royal Guard or Talisman or whatever, and they kill your blue character, you can't play your blue weapons because they say only blue weapon only. But he ignores that. Having the additional upgrade is also good because he's got 4 arms, so it's thematic. And you can also, if you have 3 weapons, you don't have to get rid of 1 for a 4 solution if you have to save yourself. The power action is also very good, doing 4 damage when you get all his weapon dice out. A lot of people are trying to have their builds based around that power action. I feel that that's not really the best way to make the deck, because if you base your deck based just on the power action, the first couple rounds you really aren't going to do much but try and ramp. When in reality, most of his damage really going to come from his dice and the supporting dice that come with it. And of course, the Royal Guard to me is, as in testing as of now, until they reveal more stuff for the next set, is the best blue character to pair with. Because he's 8 health, he's got 50% damage size with his melee size. You're either getting damage or shields that you can put onto him or General Grievous. And he's got Guardian, which is also very good to keep damage away from Grievous, because of course if Grievous dies, the deck pretty much dies. Battlefield's going to be Imperial Armory. I've built this deck to try and get as much upgrades out as quickly as possible, and with this battlefield I've been able to get like at least 2, 3, depending on how things go, upgrades on Grievous turn 1. So, and if you don't get this battlefield, it's okay. It's not like a detriment to you or anything. So speaking of upgrades, let's get straight to these upgrades here. 2 crafted lightsaber. Most of these upgrades are 2 drops, because I feel that not only are they very powerful, but they're also the easiest to get out. So 2 crafted lightsabers, 50% damage sides. 1 is a pay side, and he has 2 resource sides. So with this, you're either getting damage or you're getting resources, which either or is fine. What's really good is, since Grievous ignores play restrictions, you can play this without having an exhausted character. So it pretty much just becomes this, 2 drop you can just play immediately, which is very good. 2 Shotos, self-explanatory, gives you shields, good damage. Giving Grievous shields is very important. 2 ancient lightsabers, another, stable, good 2 drop with good damage sides, and being able to heal is also very good. Vibro knife, not as powerful as it was before it got, errated, late last year, but it's still very good. The unblockable still comes in, especially when you do like 5 from Grievous, and with the ambush you can get out his dice really quick as well. Now in this build, I only run 3 drops: Kylo's lightsaber, Maul's lightsaber, and the heirloom. Reason being is because I don't want, once I get these out on Grievous, you don't need any more. And secondly, I've tested by having 2 of each with these, and not only does it kind of clump up your hand, but you can't necessarily play these turn 1 unless you get like, your Imperial Armory battlefield, or if you get, additional resources with some of the cards we play in the deck. So And because Grievous ignores play restrictions, you can play these two on him without any worries. You know, Kylo's lightsaber, you know, it's very good. You know, it's a shield hate card, and you know, more damage sides. Pretty much everything, all the upgrades have 50%, or in case of Maul Saber, more damage sides. So you're gonna be hitting damage, you know, most of the time. And you know, Maul Saber is currently the best blue villain upgrade, not only in Legacies but in the game currently. You know, being able to have all these incredible die sides and be able to power action it back out when they have no shields. And the one heirloom, this was the Z6 Riot Baton, but I found that heirloom is better not just because it's more consistent, but you can use It Binds All Things. Which, speak of It Binds All Things, we played 2 of these. These also help with our resource economy and also being able to get our upgrades out quick. For an opening hand, you want a mulligan to get at least 1 of these. If you get 2 of these out, you're pretty much guaranteed any of your 2-drop weapons for free, or your 3 drops for very cheap of 1. So, it's very good to have. Now, the events, 2 Enrage, you know, it helps with getting more resources. We run a total of 7 mitigation cards, 2 Isolation, 2 Overconfidence, 2 Feel Your Anger, very basic blue removal, and 2 Hidden Motives. Hidden Motives to me is very good. It's better than Doubt, which we run Doubt as a 1 of for that reason. You know, for Doubt, both these make you reroll a dice, but this, you choose a symbol, and if it rolls a symbol, it removes it. This, they're forced to resolve it, so if they do get a better or the same side that they had, you're going to be hit with damage, or they give them money, or what have you. The last 2 cards, Tactical Mastery, of course, since you're running Grievous and Red, with villains, you run Tactical Mastery, because not only does it give you a little bit of action cheating, but also allows you to roll Grievous, do his damage, or if you get 4 upgrades on him of his weapons, you can do the power action like immediately. And then lastly is Logistics, you know, for more, same thing with Enrage, it's just more resource generation. So, pretty much that's the build. I've tested it, you know, with some help from my friend Ashton at Jacqueline Games, so go and check those guys out, they're pretty cool. And, you know, I've played this against other Grievous builds. I've actually taken this on here in TTS and ended up playing against, like, Kylo Anakin, Kylo Talzin, Palpatine, like, decks that are prevalent in the meta, and it wins more than you'd think, especially against Kylo, because they will call blue, but you have red and gray cards too, so you have ways of, you know, stopping that. And the one thing I did find though that's interesting is people go after the Royal Guard more than Grievous, because you go after the Royal Guard, you know, you get rid of that Guardian and extra damage output, but in my opinion you still go after Grievous, because in the games I've won, people have gone after the guard while I'm just ramping up Grievous with his upgrades, and by the time they've killed the guard, Grievous pretty much has like 2 shields, 1 or less damage, and 3 or 4 weapons on him, and by late game it's pretty much over and done with. So, and that's pretty much it. You know, this is, you know, the first version of this build. Of course, you know, things are going to change when they reveal more from Way of the Force. There might be a better, you know, blue cheap character that comes out. There might be a better battlefield. There might be better cards that help ramp up upgrades. There might even be 1-drop, you know, melee upgrades, which if there is, then this deck is going to be even higher in terms of competitiveness and consistency. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. You know, like, comment, subscribe to High Ground Gaming, all that stuff, and go check out Jacqueline Games too, because they're a couple friends of mine. You know, they put out good content and they help me with this build, so go check them out too. So with that being said, hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time.